Well, howdy, howdy, everyone.
In just moments, your guests will stampede to the table.
Will they? We'll find out, won't we? Well, here we are. It's another Sunday. It's time for another live stream. And this will probably be a fairly brief live stream. But before we get the ball rolling, I gotta bring up the computer. Give me one moment. Now, let's see who there is. Hey, Katayama's in the house. Outstanding. And as I think I saw a couple of the other regulars there too. So if you are, there's Megan. Hey, Megan, good to see you. Who else is out there? Let me know. Check in, guys. Because you know those chats go by fast. If I don't catch them right at the beginning, Scorpion's there. Outstanding. Let's see who else is here. All right, well, look, while I'm waiting to see the rest of the check-in, let me bring everybody up to speed. Now, as the regulars know, last Sunday, I was in Julian, California. Now, that's about a 2-hour drive from where I live. It's in the Cayumaca Mountains, which is about an hour northeast of San Diego. It's a beautiful little, it's a former mining town. Nosh was there? Great. You mean he's in the chat? Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, so Julian is a former gold rush mining town, and it has since become famous and well known for its apple pies. And in fact, they have 3 primary companies that produce apple pies there. There's Mom's Pie Company. There's Apple Alley Pie Company and the Julian Pie Company. And I went up there to try each one of those companies' pies, and I did. It was a wonderful time. And that video is nearly complete. I've been working on it all week. And now let's see. I thought I had set this up so it was logged in. Maybe not. Let's find out. Maybe there's user error going on. Let's try again. It's got to be user error. Ha! I tried to go too fast. Now, as you can see, that's one of the people I interviewed. That's Samantha with Mom's Pie Company. So, before we get going too far, I want to get this set up where I can show you what I want to show you. Good. We're set. So, the project PPCK, I don't get it. Sorry, Katayama, you're going to have to spell it out for me. That acronym is not one that I'm familiar with. So, the video is basically 85% complete. I am currently waiting on an approval from the pie companies to make sure that the information I have stated is accurate, and that there's nobody's face that they would prefer is blurred out. And plus, I need still to do some color correction. I still need to record the complete voiceover. But the music's laid in, the basic storyline's there. I'm happy. Problem between keyboard and chair. Okay, Katayama, I'm going to remember that. Problem between keyboard and chair. Yes. Bad connection, right? So hang on here 1 second. Alrighty. So now that I've got that out of the way, I'm gonna show you a brief preview, about a 1-minute clip from the opening. I'm not going to give anything away, basically. Just give you a little hint. After that, I'm going to tell you about a potential road trip that may take place starting next week. So let's move the camera over to the table so that you can see a little bit better the screen. I want to make sure you get to see the screen. Oops. There we go. All right. So, let's see. You don't need to see me, you need to see the screen. So, we'll leave it right there like that. Move it over a bit as long as you can hear. That's what counts. Alrighty, so here we go. Now make sure the audio's up. Okay, that's all you get. Let me turn the light back on. One of the things I've enjoyed about this is it's been a while since I've done any edited content. And shooting on the iPhone, I've been using it, of course, for all the live streams, but I really haven't shot anything for edited projects. Well, I've shot this entire project on the phone. I have to admit, the Disneyland video was shot on the iPhone, but this is a little bit more planned. And also I'm using that iPhone cage, and that made a big difference on what I was able to do when I was up there. I'm really excited by this, and I love putting, I like crafting a story that's on location. So we're gonna have a lot of fun there. Now, that brings me to the fact that I'm planning a road trip that may be 1 week or more in length. I will be going to, if this all comes together, it's still right now, but it's an 80% done deal, but there are some issues to be worked out, and I'll get to that in a minute. We're going to, the destinations I have on the list, Mojave National Reserve, or Preserve, I think it's called. The city of Needles, California, which is on the border of Arizona and California, between the Colorado River. After that, Lake Havasu, and specifically the London Bridge. Now, you may be asking yourself, the London Bridge? How can that possibly be? It should be in London. What's it doing in Arizona? Well, that's where the story is. And that's one of the things I plan to cover if all goes well. And if I have time, I want to stop and do a story on the Parker Dam and the drought that's been plaguing the western United States here for about a decade. Eventually, I will end up in Phoenix, and that's a story I can't even tell you about yet because, again, I want to make sure that all the ducks are lined up, shall we say, before I give away anything. That's the plan. Now, see, you've been to the bridge? Katayama, that's awesome. Hey, maybe I'm going to reach out to you later and get some personal anecdotes on your experiences there. So, yeah, that's the plan here. And just so you know, I do have notes down here on my iPad. That's why I keep looking. There's no sense in hiding that fact. I'd rather make sure I cover everything. Oh, yes. So, one of the things that, besides, okay, Phoenix is the final destination. Hey, Ramsey Silent, sir, thank you kindly. Okay, go take care of your mod duties, Sam or Ramsey. Wish you could hang around though. We'll talk later. I had originally planned to do this a month ago, but something here has hindered my ability to leave. And I won't go into detail because it's really, It doesn't matter why, it just has happened. It's one of these situations where somebody said they were going to do something, and every week they didn't do it. And I was waiting for them to do what they were going to do so I could leave without worry. I finally had to tell this person at the beginning of the week, look, I'm leaving. I'm going. So if you're going to do what you're going to do, you better do it because I won't be here if you need me. Well, that's another story, isn't it? The other thing now is because I've put this off as long as I have, it's going to be much hotter than I want to experience. I can put up with it, but I am concerned about the, putting wear and tear on my car. So now I have to ask myself, am I going to rent a vehicle? Am I going to fly? Or do I take the car that I have? And if I take the car that I have, that means I've got to put new tires on the rear, put those rear tires on the front, or vice versa. I can't remember at this point. I need to get a brake job. I got to make sure all the fluids are topped off. In other words, if I'm going to stress the vehicle driving as far as I'm going to drive it and in the heat of the desert, I want to make sure I'm prepared. So that's got to be taken care of. Plus, I still have to book, hotels. If I'm going to fly, I've got to book the flight. I'm more inclined to drive than fly because if I fly, that means I'll really be limited to the story in Phoenix, and I really don't want to do that. Now, I could fly to Phoenix, rent a car, and drive back and do the other stories on the return. We'll see. That's my plan right now. Let's see, what else is there to let you know about? Oh, yes. Plans for the channel. Again, many of you already know this, that I had made a commitment back at the beginning of the year that I would stream once a week for at least 6 months. And come the end of June, I will have achieved that goal. At that time, I will probably cut back my live streaming to twice a month. The reason for that is I want to do more edited content. I want to do more traveling. I want to do more stories where I go to places like Julian, whether they're in California, Nevada, Arizona, or Utah. I have a couple of ideas in all those states. And plus, I would like to get up more northerly, Northern California. Just to do any stories up north, that's going to require a lot of time because, yes, I could drive, to almost the tip of California in about 12 hours. I've done it. I did it 2 years ago. But if I'm going to do the stories I want to do, I want to be able to take my time and stop along the way and shoot video so I have some stuff to, cut together and make a good story for you. So that's the plans for the channel. There are some other possible changes coming to the channel. I've been thinking about them for a long time. I haven't really finalized my decision, but I am leaning towards one direction. And there is one story that I am not sure yet if I'm going to do, but I've wanted to do this for a long time. Every year around my birthday, I tell myself, I'm going to go skydiving. There's a place in Oceanside, California, about an hour south of where I live, obviously by the ocean, because it's called Oceanside. And a friend of mine, when she was 50, she did it. And in fact, I recut the video they gave her and made it, I think, a little bit better. And you can see that on the channel. I'll put a link to that in the description box later. But yeah, I'm getting close to that point where I think, if I'm going to jump out of a plane with a parachute, I know there are those Megan. Well, not everybody does. Everyone has a different level of risk aversion. I can't blame you, but when I see these videos of people flying, in wingsuits or base jumping, there's a place in KC where you can skydive in a wind tunnel. Actually, Katayama, I've already done that. I did that, I want to say 5 years ago in Hollywood. They had one up at the Universal City Walk. And there's a YouTuber, he was fairly big. No, he was quite big, actually. His channel name was MysterGuitarMan. And I met up with MysterGuitarMan, and he and I went skydiving indoors in a wind tunnel. He has since gone on to direct feature films. I haven't been in touch with him in 5 years, maybe longer. Maybe it's been 7 years. Again, I'll put a link in there, and you can go watch that, and you can make a decision whether that. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of stress that's put on your body when you're in a wind tunnel, and therefore, what I assume it's going to be like jumping from a plane, because you have to arc your back, back like this. I can't even just doing it. I feel that stretch in my back, and because you have to arc your back, hold your hands up, and one of the things you do is the more you spread your hands out or the less you contract your hands, that determines the speed at which you will fall and whether you go up or down, and also your legs, the back of your legs are. Assume that these are my legs, okay, and these are my feet. So you also bring your legs up like that, and yeah. So that's what I got planned. So I think that pretty much covers it. Any questions before I wrap it up? Probably not. All right, that's fine. I enjoy having these conversations with you, and we'll see you again next Sunday, come rain or shine. Hopefully it'll be shine. It should be shine, especially if I'm in the desert. So, guys, thank you again for being there, and we'll talk to you later. What's for dinner? Oh, Megan. What's for dinner? Oh, Megan, all of you are going to be disappointed with me. I have been so wrapped up. Pie? You know what? I ate pie and cookies for nearly the entire last week. You'll be out of the way next. Oh, I missed that, Nosh. I'll go back and check it. Anyways, I had pie and cookies for most of the last week. I ate it. I ate one cookie a day, usually in the morning to give me a kickstart before I had breakfast. I'd wake up, I'd be groggy, so I'd come out. You're making veggie soup with lentils. Oh, that sounds so good, because as I was about to say, I have been on a junk food diet for the past week. Once I started editing, I did not want to leave the computer, and it was McDonald's, El Pollo Loco, Taco Bell, a place called Yogi's, which had at least good teriyaki and rice. But I'm so sick of fast food. I've got to go shopping, which I will do tomorrow. I will go grocery shopping, and I'll go back to cooking again. And I'll get off the junk food. And I've had so many Cokes. I know it's bad for me. So, again, you can, bad, Bob, bad. Got to go back to my diet, my healthy diet. All right. Thanks for asking, Megan. Again, everyone, I really appreciate your support. I do this for myself, but I also do this for you. So until then, next time, this is UFO Bob smacking the table and saying, I'm out of here. I'm history. I'm toast.